Hi, it's Dr. Donahue, and I wanted to pop in today because you guys are all in my heart and in my soul. The truth is, so many patients come to the clinic thinking that they have a challenge because they've been diagnosed with an autoimmune disease or they have joint pain or back pain. And it's the symptom that really brought them here. But when I do a deep dive into I do a 2-hour deep dive into what's going on with them. I often, including blood work, I do all the things, right? I mean, I choose the blood work based on what the symptoms are. Sometimes I do stool samples. It all depends. But really, I want to tell you that a lot of it comes down to nutrition. They're bloated, they're exhausted, or they're stressed out. And so I know this world needs a sugar detox. And when I start to remove sugars and get individuals on high level proteins and high level fats, quality healthy fats, I see their body turn around. I see their symptoms make a change for the better. I'm always ruling out, is there a virus? Is there a bacterial infection? Is there a fungal infection? Like, what is going on deep in the body? But did you realize that sugar can actually feed funguses, that sugar feeds cancer? And I also find that many individuals are not eating enough. And they look at me like deer in the headlights. And I start to do a breakdown of what their nutrition is just from the foundation. Because it's like I look at our healthcare, and I look at, we're constantly on so many levels, and maybe it's indicated we're giving a pill for an ill, and practitioners do it at my level as well. Like, okay, we need to reduce blood sugar, let's give berberine or let's give metformin, right? But oftentimes, unless you're with a functional medicine practitioner or a naturopath like myself, you may not be doing a deep dive into diet, and then you end up with the cardiovascular metabolic syndrome, which is high blood pressure, high cholesterol, um, a waist ratio that's larger than you actually need. It's high cholesterol levels and overweight, obesity, which is the waist to hip ratio, right? So then we're looking at what we call a metabolic syndrome. And the truth is if we look at that and we start to change your nutrition and support you from the external world, and that includes removing sugar. And I'll have so many individuals say to me, patients say to me, well, Dr. Donahue, like, I don't eat a lot of sugar. But then we start doing a deep dive, and there's oatmeal, and there's pastas, and there's rices, and there's lots of fruit, or there's what I call complex carbohydrate, more sugary vegetables like peas and corn, which you can't even digest, meaning corn, tomatoes, summer squashes isn't so bad, zucchini, winter squashes. So they're eating more of a high sugary but healthier choices, right? Or, they're exchanging one sugar, like maybe they would eat oatmeal in the morning. So now what I do is I might take them and I say, okay, you need your oatmeal for your gut health, for your microbiome, for your fiber, for your gut health, for your bowels. But let's put some protein powder in it. Let's add some nuts into it, right? And so how is that working? That's helping blunt the blood sugar response, because you're not just doing oatmeal with either a milk alternative or actually milk. We're actually adding healthy fats in there. And when we take it off the stove, I often will have them add flax seeds, right? So why am I saying all this? Because sugar is more addicting than cocaine. And every single day at the clinic, I have so many patients coming in. And I'll be honest, the ones that are super successful are removing sugars. They're looking at their sugars. They're looking at their simple starch intake. They're pivoting to more protein and more vegetables. I'm not putting them on a low carbohydrate diet. I'm not putting them on a keto diet. Maybe, but I'm just speaking in general. But what I'm doing is I'm pivoting their nutrition plan. And then we start to see healing. They're less bloated, they're losing weight. So I just had an amazing patient just leave the clinic. She's been with me for 6 months. She's in her early 50s. She's a high executive, a leader. She loves her job. She has an amazing family, amazing husband, and came to me with low libido, exhaustion, bloated, not like heavily overweight, but just had too much weight on her that she felt good. She was an athlete when she was younger, right? And she's stepping into menopause where her hormones are beginning to, decrease and all that picture. I'm trying to keep it simplified. 6 months in, we got her on the right amount of protein, the right amount of healthy fats, eating 12 to 15 varying types of vegetables a day. And she is a new person. And she said to me, once I started getting the protein levels in, my menopausal symptoms kind of shifted. That doesn't mean we're not still working on hormones, but just that small shift by changing her nutrition. Why am I saying all of this? I am saying all of this is because we make healthcare so difficult. And we wait too long until we end up in a chronic inflammatory state. Our external environment is not clean like it used to be. We're eating high processed foods, high sugary foods. I have another friend of mine that had a risk for prostate cancer. And he called me and he was mortified. And oh my gosh, I think they want to remove my prostate. We got him a continuous glucose monitor. He started monitoring his sugar. And he said to me, I had no idea everything had sugar in it. Like ketchup that he was eating, like just everything. He started to become aware of it. And he's lost 33 pounds in the last 3 months. So the truth is as we start to look at our nutrition, we can start to decrease inflammation. Why am I live today? I am live today because I am doing a sugar detox challenge starting next week. And I care about you because the truth is like you're showing up being addictive to sugar and you don't even really know it. And then I have so many patients that start with starting to remove sugar, and then they start to really realize that they are addictive, that it has so many addictive properties, but then they give up. And they're giving up because their external environment, everyone's like, let's have cake, let's have some alcohol with some sugar. You don't have to eat that way. You can have potatoes, like my friend that I was telling you about with prostate issues. His wife would say to him, you can have a potato. No, he can't. He's at a risk right now. And guess what cancer loves? It loves sugar, right? So you have people from the outside world that are trying to pull you in and saying that it's okay to eat the way you're eating, but you wouldn't be feeling horrible if your lifestyle looked different. And the truth is that your nutrition plan is a nutrition plan that's unique for you. And so then when you work with me and we go through tests and we evaluate, and I look at like, how much sugar do you really need? Like, meaning simple starches. How much fat do you really need? Like, there's a balance. But I am going to run you through the sugar detox challenge so that you start to really be aware of where sugar is coming into your nutrition on a daily basis. And so through the 5-day challenge, I'm going to show up with tips and resources to help support you. And you're going to get additional support from me because when you begin to remove sugar from your nutrition, you become free. And I know that I can't promise anything, but you're going to begin to live in a body that you love, get prepared for the summer months so that you feel great, and you're going to live a happier and healthier life because the sugar's ups and downs and balances in your sugar realm can be causing so much stress on the body. So day 1, I'm going to really do a deep dive into understanding the effects of sugar. How is it affecting your digestion? How are you gaining weight? Energy crashes to it. And we're going to talk about where is the sugar hidden? Where is it coming in? And then day 2 is so important. because when the gut is unhealthy, the brain health becomes imbalanced. So you can become irritable and anxious. And there's a huge relationship between sugar and gut bacteria. If your gut is inflamed and your digestion is off, then your brain, you can't think as well. So sugar can have a huge impact on your mood and your mental health. Then we're going to learn how to create healthy meals with less sugars. I teach this every day in my clinic. And then building a supportive environment, right? Right off the bat, I was talking about like, you start to really feel good, but then you start to slip back in your habits. And the truth is, having accountability and support so that you can begin to really have the support you need to get sugar out of your body and start to be aware of healthy foods like organic foods, pesticide free foods. You can ask all those questions of me when we're in the training room. And then on the last day, I'm going to teach you how to live sugar free and really be healthy. How can you deal with sugar cravings? Because the truth is, sugar cravings are hard. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. I've been on that journey myself. It's been up and down, and I have now been sugar free for 18 years and alcohol free for 15 years. I know what my environmental triggers are. I'm fortunate to live in a family that understands the importance of nutrition. And so, it doesn't mean that they don't have cake and they don't choose to have treats here and there. I just don't. But this gradual reduction, creating healthy substitutes and balanced meals, I'm going to talk about all of that, including mindfulness, excuse me, and stress management. Who doesn't need this today? I want to see you. It is my passion to see you begin to live in a body that you love. Excuse me. So I can't wait to see you next week. Click the link on this page and I will see you in the Sugar Detox Challenge. I can't wait to transform your health before it's too late.